What's up, YouTube? This is Bison X79, guys. Today I'm coming to my latest set review video, and today we're going to be doing a set review of Dawn of Majesty. Dawn of Majesty is the latest core booster set for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, and it's set to be released this Friday. Personally, I can't wait for this set to come out. I got a couple of boxes already on pre-order. I'm going to do a nice opening for you guys next week once I get my boxes, and I'm hoping I pull really well for you guys when I do. And I can tell you right now, after going through this particular set, there is a little bit of something for everybody here. If you're a big fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds and just want to update your Stardust Synchro deck, this particular set has a lot of support for you in it. If you want to turn around and take a look at a brand new TCG exclusive archetype, the Beat Troopers, I can tell you right now, this is a very interesting bug-based link deck that I can tell you right now will probably leave your opponent feeling a little stung. And of course, there's a few other new archetypes, Despias, in this particular set, and that's continuing the story of the Dogmatica lore. Very interesting, and of how things have shifted in that particular world. And of course, there's also two brand new archetypes that are actually focused around vanilla monsters. So there, like I said, there is a little bit for everybody in this. Now, before we actually do the dive into the set, I do want to remind you that my channel does have a sub goal for this year. If my channel breaks 2,000 subs by December 10th, I will hold a year in review giveaway. Now, this particular giveaway starts off with the winner receiving one box each of this year's core booster set. So one box of Blazing Vortex, one box of Lightning Overdrive, one box of Dawn of Majesty, one box of Burst of Destiny. That will all be in the giveaway right at the start. If we continue to break more sub goals by before December 10th, I'll start adding even more product into this giveaway. So the more subs the channel gets, the bigger the giveaway gets. And guys, this particular giveaway cannot happen without your help. So if you're a fan of my channel and love watching my content, but haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. This isn't Twitch. You don't pay for subscriptions like over on Twitch. This is completely and totally free. You get notified whenever I post new content, so you have easy access to my channel and be able to watch my content as I post it. Guys, I do these giveaways as a big thank you for this continued support from my channel, and considering that this is a very big giveaway, I wanted to really go big with this, and it's also during the holiday season, so this is definitely not only just a major giveaway, it's also a major gift to one of my lucky followers. And trust me, I cannot thank you enough for your continued support. But with that being said, we got a video to do, so let's get back to the set review here. So, starting off, we got the first card in the set, Beat Trooper Scout Bookie. It's going to be a secret rare. Okay. And if this card is normal or special summoned, you can special summon one Beat Trooper Scout Bookie from your hand, deck, or graveyard. This allows you to link climb or be able to summon your bigger insect monsters out of your deck. Since the secret rare is obviously going to be a very key part of the deck, so keep your eyes out for this particular archetype. I know there was a little bit of hype on some market watches surrounding these cards. Of course, we have the Stardust Dragon support, Converging Wheel of Dragon, Stardust Synchron, and Stardust Trail, all very interesting cards that can help out that particular deck, give it a little bit of new support. And I'll start a Synchron right here is a secret rare, but being able to actually get access to your spells and traps that list Stardust Dragon, it can help. It helps tie the deck together. All right, and of course we have Despians, the latest chapter in the Dogmatica storyline. Basically, the remaining characters that stood in the Dogmatica country have now become Despians. This is a fusion-based archetype, which is kind of interesting considering that Dogmatica used to be anti-extra deck the entire time. But hey, I know there was a little bit of controversy with Albert, the Jester of Despia, when the physical card was revealed. The effect was kind of messed up, but they did change it in the database. So if you are going to be competing with a Despia deck in local tournaments or wherever, make sure you have access to the database, whether it be through Neuron or just having a window with the database open on your phone. It helps things out, so you don't have to worry about how the deck, what the card says physically compared to what it says online. Okay, moving forward, now we have the two archetypes that depend on the vanillas. We have the Magic Keys as well as the Gunkins. Magic Key is a brand new archetype that basically, well, if we read the lore, everyone's full of possibilities. Everything you do, moving forward, stopping, closing, opening, is all in your hands. There are many doors in this world. To open them requires the Magic Key. 2 keys and 1 door. 2 wills and 1 body. Once doors are opened, the worlds will be connected and a great power revealed. All right. This warrior monster is very key to the archetypes functioning. Being able to ritual summon and fusion summon with this particular archetype, gonna be interesting. Now the other one here is the Gunkins. It is a fire attribute aqua typed Xyz based deck. Okay, so interesting. I mean, when I think fire and aqua, my mind automatically goes to sushi. And not really, but I can tell you right now, I've read over these card effects many times, primarily because this is the archetype that I'm the most interested in. And like I said before, this archetype does revolve around its vanilla. At the time, it's currently a rank 4 Xyz spam deck, but to be honest, the way the deck functions, it can easily allow you to recycle your vanilla back into your deck, get it into your hand, and be ready to actually utilize the other support cards in this archetype. Now you have Gunkin Suship Ikura. If you control the vanilla, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon a card once this turn this way. During your main phase, you can activate the top 3 cards of your deck, and if you do, you can either add to your hand or special summon one of the excavated vanillas. Also shuffle the rest into your deck. You can only use this effect of Akira once per turn. The field spell actually allows you to stack your deck with the Suship Shari, so you can always get Akira's effect off. And personally, I would be adding that card to my hand because of the way the field spell also functions. You're going to be able to keep putting out your Suship Xyz monsters easily. The set also has some more Chronomaly support, and it also finishes off the Gizmek archetype by giving us the level 1, 2, 3, and 4 Gizmek monsters. The whole purpose of releasing these new Gizmek monsters is to try to tie the archetype together and potentially make it a more cohesive deck. I know some of the cards, I think the Fox one actually is able to search out monsters that have the same attack and defense based on the attribute your opponent summons. So it's going to be an interesting deck. Of course, we have more various archetype support, Gustos, Amazements, Aliens getting some support in this deck. Mythical Beasts, the newest form of Glacier Aqua Mordor is in this set, and of course we have Anti-Human Intelligence Messiah. It's a light attribute, level 8, Cyber's Pendulum Effect monster, 2500 attack, 3000 defense. Pendulum Effect, any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead, except for monster cards. Okay, so you're getting rid of your opponent's spells and traps. Interesting. Alright, its effect, you can reveal this card in your hand, add one other Pendulum monster from your hand, so you can actually just search another Pendulum monster by revealing this guy, and then you get to special summon it. Or you can just, or if you don't want to search a Pendulum card, you can add one card from your Pendulum zone back to your extra deck face up, and then special summon this card. So you got a couple different ways, and you get a couple of different bonuses for special summoning this guy. So not bad. If another monster or is no more a special summon while you control this card, send that monster to the graveyard during the end phase of this turn. So this is the kind of double-edged sword for this particular card. To be honest, not that I can tell right now. Not, I mean, the ability to search for Pendulum monsters and then special summon them, not a bad thing. It is level 8, only problem, and it is Pendulum, but the problem is that it's Cyber, so you being able to search this is not going to be that easy. I mean, it is a great support card, but I think this really benefits more cards that can actually wind up in the graveyard rather than anything else. So, something to keep an eye on. Moving forward, we have the Magic Key Ritual Monsters. Okay, so we're just sort of this with the Magic Key Majesty. If this card's Ritual Summon, you can add one Magic Key card from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Magic Key Battles Buster once per turn. Once per turn, when attack is declared involving this card, an opponent's monster that has the same attribute as a normal monster or Magic Key monster in your graveyard. You can place any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck, and if you do, negate the effect of that opponent's monster until the end of this turn. Then draw the same number of cards placed under the deck. So, well, it is a Dark Attribute deck. Dark Attribute decks, pretty popular, and can be pretty popular. I'm not sure if there is one that's pretty big right now, but you can reshuffle your deck. You basically can refresh your hand and get something else going, so that's not bad. Magic Key, Mortar, Gare Glasser. Okay, again, same spell card, gains 300 attack for each different attribute in your graveyard. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. When your opponent activates an effect monster with the same attribute as a monster in your graveyard, if at least 2 attributes of monsters were used for this card's Ritual Summon quick effect, you can negate this activation. And if you do, destroy that card. If this Ritual Summon card is into the graveyard, you can add one Magic Key monster from your deck to your hand. Okay, so not bad. You get the attack, you get the negate, but you got to have at least use 2 different attribute monsters to get the guy out. Okay, the Despian fusions. And of course, we got the Magic Key fusions right there. Please note that both the level 4s are also Turner monsters, so we're probably going to be seeing Synchro monsters in the future set for Magic Keys. Okay, so fusion, 1 Magic Key monster plus 1 normal monster, except a token. If this card is fusion summoned, you can add 1 Magic Key Maftea from your graveyard to your hand. You can only use this effect of Magic Key Beast. I'm not even going to try to say this. Once per turn. Once per turn, you can target 1 attack position monster your opponent controls with the same attribute as a normal monster or Magic Key monster in your graveyard. Change it to defense position. If you do, it loses 1,000 defense. Banish any monster destroyed by battle with this card. So this kind of not bad. 2,200 attack. Alright, then you have Magic Key Dragon, Adrabime. It probably messed that up, but still, again, 1 Magic Key monster plus 1 normal monster except a token. When this card is fusion summoned, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects, or so you're locking down your opponent's responses. Once per turn, you can target 1 normal monster or Magic Key monster in your graveyard. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls with that monster's attribute. Once per turn, if an opponent's monster with the same attribute as a monster in your graveyard is destroyed by battle or card effect, if this card was fusion summoned using 2 different attributes as monster, you can draw 1 card. Okay, so it's kind of similar to the effect of the Ritual. Not bad. Yeah, Dark Ritual, Earth Ritual, Dark Fusion, and a Wind. So we're still looking for light, fire, and water. Okay. Okay, we got shootings, Majestic Star Dragon, Majestic Dragon plus 1 non-tuner monsters, including a Dragon Synchro monster, must be first Synchro summoned. Once per turn, you can negate the effects of 1 effect monster your opponent controls. This card gains 1 additional attack each battle phase for every monster in your graveyard that is Stardust Dragon or a Synchro monster with Stardust Dragon in its text. Oh boy. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect, banish this card until the end of the phase, and if you do negate the activation, and if you do that, banish that card. Okay, that's not bad. But more Daigusto Synchro, Stella Wind, why for it? Okay, gains 300 attack. Each time another monster's effect is activated while the attack of this card is less than 4,000. Okay. Once per turn, if this card's attack is 4,000 or higher quick effect, you can shuffle both this card and all monsters your opponent controls into deck. That's a nasty effect, but yeah, something I can definitely see going. Guyammer Dragon Shell is an interesting dragon. Synchro monster. Tribute this card. Target 3 other synchro monsters in your graveyard. Return them to the extra deck so you can recycle your synchros. And then you can target one monster you control that was special stuff from the extra deck. Equip this card from your graveyard to it. When an attack is declared involving the monster equipped with this card, draw a card. So you get additional draws. Recycle the synchros back into your extra, not bad. Alright, so we got the Gunkin Ikura class Dreadnought. Alright, if this card is Ixie summon, you apply these effects in sequence based on the materials you use to create it. You can only use this effect of Gunkin Ikura class Dreadnought once per turn. If you have this vanilla, this Shari, you get to draw a card. Gunkin ship Ikura, this card can make a second attack during each battle phase. Alright, once per turn, when your Gunkin monster special summon from the extra deck inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can target one opponent, one card your opponent controls and destroy it. So you can actually inflict damage and then pop something off your opponent's field. In addition, which isn't bad. And with Ikura there, you make additional attacks. And you don't have to detach anything for this, which is actually pretty awesome. Alright. Cosmic Slicer Zero Royal. New alien monster, 2 reptile monsters. Monsters your opponent controls with A counters that change the defense position. Also, neither player can activate their effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Cosmic Slicer Zero Royal. Once per turn, if this card is linked summon, you can add one card from your deck to your hand that has an effect that places A counters. And you can remove 2 A counters from anywhere in the field immediately after this effect resolves. Normal summon 1 reptile monster. So, ooh, this is definitely gonna be a good card for the alien deck. Alright. We got some of the new Stardust Dragon support. Arriving Light, Secret Rare. When this card is activated, place 1 level dragon monster from your hand or deck on top of the deck. Neither player can return Stardust Dragon or a Secret Monster that lists Stardust Dragon in his deck from the field to the extra deck. If a single monster is special summoned, except during a damage step, you can apply one of these effects. You cannot apply the same effect of Arrival Light in, again, this turn. You either draw a card or special summon 1 tuner from your hand. Not a bad thing. Elimination, send 1 Stardust monster from your deck to your graveyard. Or if you control Stardust Dragon or a Synchro monster that lists Stardust Dragon as attacks, you can special summon it instead. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Stardust monster you control, increase or decrease its level by 1 until the end of the turn. You can only use each effect of elimination once per turn. This card's an ultra rare, so yeah, it can be pretty handy. Majestic Absorption, another Stardust support spell, and this kind of reminds me of how the Mech Lords actually functioned, especially with this first one. Target 1 Stardust Dragon or Synchro monster, another Stardust Dragon is tagged, set you control, then activate one of these effects. Equip 1 face-up monster your opponent controls to that target. So yeah, it kind of reminds me of what the Mech Lords used to do to Synchro monsters, in the anime at least. This card can attack directly this turn, or this card, each time it destroys an opponent's monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. Yeah, this is going to be a very powerful spell. Some people might consider it a little bit more Win War, but we got the branded stuff. We got the Magic Key Maftea, and this is both the fusion and the ritual spell. Magic Key World. When this card is activated, you can add 1 Magic Key monster from your deck to your hand. The first time each non-token normal monster you will control will be destroyed by battle or card effect. It's not destroyed during your main phase. You can add 1 Magic Key Maftea from your deck to your hand and place 1 card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. You can only use this effect once per turn. And you can only activate 1 Magic Key World once per turn. So we got some pretty good cards for the Magic Keys. The Gunkins. Now this field spell is actually pretty awesome. Once per turn, if you normal special summon a Gunkin monster, even during the damage step, place 1 Gunkin card from your deck on top of your deck. So this is what allows you to get your vanilla on top of your deck. So when you summon Akura, you're able to get the vanilla into your hand ASAP. Once per turn, if a face-up Gunkin monster you control that was special summoned from the extra deck is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card, activate this effect. Your opponent pays life points equal to that monster's defense in the graveyard. Then you can apply this effect. Special summon one Gunkin ship Sorry from your hand, and special summon one Gunkin Xyz monster from your deck by using that card you control as material. This is treated as an Xyz summon. So essentially, if they get rid of your Gunkin monster, and you have the vanilla in your hand, you can basically get another one on the field. Pretty awesome. And because of the effects you get when you have Shari on the card, you can potentially draw a card. I think that might be a hard once per turn. Let me just double check. Yeah, it's only a hard once per turn, but still, you're getting the other monster back, and the spell forces your opponent, where is it, to actually pay life points to give you your Xyz monster back. That's not a bad card. That's actually pretty damn awesome, if you ask me, in my opinion. Okay. Tri-Med loading is finally here. A little bit too late, but still. High Ritual Art. Now, this is an interesting ritual spell. This card can be used to ritual summon any ritual monster from a deck. So you don't typically see ritual summoning from a deck that often. You must tribute normal monsters from your hand whose total levels equal that level of the ritual monster you ritual summon. Okay, so you need to be running a lot more vanillas in this particular deck. Shuffle the ritual monster into the deck during your opponent's end phase. Okay. I just having to go through all this to get running multiple vanillas. And remember, it's vanillas from your hand. They can't be on the field, so automatically they have to be in your hand. So you need to be utilizing stuff like Summoner's Art to get the vanillas into your hand so you can actually be able to use this card. To be very honest, the one thing I don't like is the fact that you have to shuffle a ritual monster into the deck during your opponent's end phase. You compare this to something like Advanced Ritual Art. Ritual summon any ritual monster, but you must also send normal monsters from your deck to your graveyard whose total levels equal to the level of that ritual monster. To be very honest, I know there's some people that are liking this card, possibly wanting to try to include this in maybe some like the Chaos Max decks. But to be honest, I'm liking Advanced Ritual Art a lot better, primarily because it just allows you to set the graveyard. You can Advanced Ritual Art, ritual summon the Chaos Dragon, and then use Chaos from them to bring out Chaos Max and have both of those cards on the field. And since they both use Blue Eyes White Dragon, you're going to be getting a ton of different effects. I mean, that's just my thing about it. So, yeah, I think this requires a little bit more setup to really actually go off. Ready Fusion, brand new form of instant fusion. Pay 1,000 luck points, special summon one level 6 or lower non-effect fusion monster from your extra deck, but it cannot attack, but also destroy during the end phase, which is essentially instant fusion. Okay, Pendulum add one Pendulum monster from your deck to your extra deck face up. So basically, they're giving us particular effects of Electromite, which sucks in my opinion, because I just much rather run Electromite than this card, but it is what it is. We got Magic Key Duo, Magic Key Unlocking. Target one Magic Key one normal monster or Magic Key monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand, and then you can apply one of these effects. Fusion summon one Magic Key monster from your extra deck in defense position using the monsters in your hand or field as fusion material. Ritual summon one Magic Key ritual monsters from your hand or deck in defense position by tributing monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed its level. Alright, so the trap actually does the ritual summon a little bit better because at least you have the ability to go over the level while the spell is specific. And then, of course, Magic Key Unlocking, when your opponent activates a spell or trap card while you control a Magic Key ritual monster or a Magic Key monster special summon from the extra deck, negate its activation if you do destroy the card. Then you can declare one attribute. And if you do that for the rest of the turn, all face-up monsters your opponent controls become that attribute. Okay, so that actually allows you to play into a lot of your other Magic Key monsters' effects to give you bonus effects. So the counter trap does a lot. Alright, the Gunkin Ship Daily Special. Alright, when you activate this card, you can also reveal one Suship Sari in your hand. Reveal 3 Gunkan monsters from your deck. Right now, there's only 2. When we get the Burst of Destiny, we're going to be getting at least 2 more. Your opponent chooses one of them to add to your hand and also shuffle the rest of your deck. You can actually reveal all 3 of your vanillas and get your vanilla into your hand ASAP. If you manage to turn on reveal Shari, at that activation, you control the card you're adding to your hand instead of your opponent choosing. So there's the bonus. If this card's in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, you can banish this card, target 3 Gunkan monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them back to your deck, and draw your card. So this gets you your vanillas and your Gunkans back into your deck. So, like I said, we got some solid cards for the Gunkan archetype right now. Monster Assortment. Return 1 normal monster, or reveal 1 normal monster from your deck, add 1 effect monster from your deck with the same type, attribute, and level. Then your opponent randomly chooses 1 for you to add to your hand. Also shuffle the other into your deck. Alright, this is actually, to me, it sounds like you're going to be needing to play it. This trap can actually play alongside the Gunkans, because you do have the vanilla plus the effect monsters. So definitely, yes, I can see both of these traps in the same deck. Possibly with possibly with the magic keys as well. But then again, we need an effect monster. But then again, we would need an effect monster with the same type, attribute, and level. Okay. Stalter, Jar of Generosity. Place 1 card from your hand on either top or bottom of your deck. So into the imports, we have Baby Mudragon. Use this card as a single material. You can treat it as a non-tuner. If this card is into the graveyard as a single material, you can declare 1 attribute and target 1 single monster you control. It becomes that declared type / attribute until the end of the turn. Alright. Puzzle. Once per turn, you can target 1 card in your other Pendulum zone. This card's scale becomes the level of that Pendulum monster until the end of this turn. So if you have a high-level Pendulum monster but with a low scale, you can make this into like a scale 8. Pendulum summons of your monsters cannot be negated. That's actually a good monster effect to have on the field. Non-Ends Administrator. Non-End Sorcerer plus 1 non-tuner monster. If this card is summoned, or if the spellcaster monster is special summoned to your field, you can target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard, banish it. If this card is destroyed by battle, or if this card in its own monster zone is destroyed by your opponent's card effect, you can target 1 level 4 lower spellcaster monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use this effect of Non-Ends Administrator once per turn. Not a bad synchro monster. Raten, the Heavenly General. This is actually a pretty interesting link monster. 2 monsters with the same type. So any mono attribute or mono type deck will actually make very good use of this. Once per turn during the standby phase, you can target 1 face-up monster. This card points to special summon 1 level 4 monster with the same type as that monster from your hand or zone this card points to. At the start of battle phase, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. So, okay, that's not bad. Different Dimensional Derby. If you control a face-up monster that was ritual summoned using a using a normal monster or was fusion summoned, synchro summoned, XT summoned, or link summoned using a normal monster as material, you can target 1 card on the field and banish it. This card definitely can be utilized in both Gunkan and Magic Keys, so definitely keep your eye out for this. This is definitely going to be an awesome trap, in my opinion. And it's also a normal trap, so you have access to via trap tricks. We have the rest of the Beat Troopers. Build into your Sting Lancer, or you could build up into Invincible Atlas. And of course, we have the field spell, Fly Sting, more imports here. Shinobi Insect, Hagakareno. This actually works very well with the Beat Troopers, so definitely keep your eyes on this. 2 toes with one sting. Okay, activate this card by targeting 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard. Special summon it to your opponent's field. But again, if its effects also incorporate with this card. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. Alright, the equipped monster cannot attack or be targeted for an attack. If this card is sent to the graveyard because the equipped monster was used as a material for a fusion, synchro, or synchro exceeds or link summon, you can take control of that summoned monster. You can only activate two toads with one sting per turn. And of course, Trickster Festival is actually being included in this deck. This is another card that I'm actually very interested in getting. You get the special summon 2 Trickstar tokens, very light, level 1, 0 attack, 0 defense. If a Trickstar monster you control that was special summoned from the extra deck will be destroyed by battle, or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead, so you protect your extra deck link monsters. You can act normal summon or special summon monsters the turn you activate this card, except for Trickstar monsters. You can only activate 1 festival per turn. To be very honest, in a link deck, yeah, you can actually basically be using this to help build into your higher links and protect them. In the burn version of the deck, this is more of a starter card because you can utilize the Trickstar tokens to actually summon Lycris onto the field with. So you get additional starter cards with this deck, and you can even build it into some of the links for Trickstars as well. And last but not least, I am going to mention that the one Starlight only card is going to be a copy of Stardust Dragon, which makes sense considering that all the support is getting. Like I said, the set is definitely very awesome. I got at least 2 boxes on pre-order. Want to do an opening for you guys. Hopefully I'm going to pull very well when I get them. But guys, I strongly suggest that you buy what your budget allows. So if you actually want to buy a box, go for it. But if you just want to go for particular singles out of this set, that's fine as well. If you guys want to use tccplay.com, use my affiliate link down in the description box below when you're pre-ordering or ordering cards from Dawn of Majesty or any Yu-Gi-Oh cards at all. All purchases will help support the channel, allowing me to buy better cards, to bring you better content. And guys, I can tell you this right now, this is definitely going to be a very awesome and impactful set. I personally can't wait till it drops to see what the meta is going to shape up like afterwards. And well, that's it for this set review. It was definitely an amazing set. I'm just really glad this set is finally coming out. So guys, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content on my channel and help me hit that 2,000 sub mark, hit that subscribe button, enable notifications so you don't miss any uploads. Check out the description box below. Join the conversation by using my Discord invite link. Check out sidedeckversus.com, an amazing resource for any Yu-Gi-Oh player. It helps you prepare your side decks for various deck matchups at tournaments, whether it be online or physical. And guys, follow me on social media. And until next time, peace.